Hi, welcome to the Night Sky quilt. So this is a quilt that I've designed using some very delicious Nutex fabrics of the solar system, and we've got some stars pieced in as well. We've got some little stars quilted in there. We've got some irregular points, a little bit like twinkling stars. These stars are irregular, and it's kind of like looking out through a window perhaps at the night sky. So come with me, we've got 3 videos. This is the first video of 3 so I'll show you each step of the way how to do the piecing, how to do the quilting, the joining up, the binding. So over the next 3 videos you'll be able to follow through. There is a pattern that you can purchase from GourmetQuilter.com called Night Sky Quilt, and so please go to my website if you'd like to buy the pattern, and then you can follow along with the videos that will help you every step of the way to make the quilt. Thank you. So I thought I'd show you how we get going on the star blocks to get started with. There's 2 of these star blocks. The other blocks in the quilt are just cut large pieces of this wonderful fabric with this solar system on it, so we don't need to do anything particularly for those blocks except cut them out. But the 2 star blocks, we need to have these points put on. Now these points are a little bit irregular, some are longer, some are shorter. And because it's a rectangular block, we need some coming out the side and some going up and down. So what we've got here is in our notes, we've got some instructions that shows you the way I'm going to do it. And so we need to have 2 different shapes, or well, it's just 2 directions. It's the same size shape, but we need to have the points, some coming up and down and some going out onto the sideway. So to do that, I've suggested that we have the rectangle for the background of the block, which is this lovely one with all these little planets and things on, and then we've got 2 strips which we're going to make the points with. So I will show you how to do that, and I've got another set ready here because we can chain piece these, and because we've got to go in one direction with one and the other direction with the other, we can just make sure that we turn them around the right way. So I'm just going to start off with putting one of these rectangles onto one of these a rectangle on a rectangle. So I'm going sideways. These are for the sideways one, so it's for this one here. So we need to position this so that we're going to stitch along just with our 1/4 inch seam allowance on the yellow, and then we're going to flip it over. So it doesn't matter whether it has a bit of a specific angle. This is a little bit wonky, and then we just have to make sure that once we've sewn it, it covers the corner of the fabric behind, because it needs to be that size. So just don't bring it over, like if you were to bring it over right over here, when you flip that over once you've sewn it, you're still going to have a corner showing, which is not a good thing. We need it to cover the corner, so don't come too far in. So I'm going to position that so that when I start sewing and finish sewing with there, that flips over and it's covered. I'll get the other one ready to go through at the same time. So just the same thing, but this time we're just setting things a little bit taller. So we're going to come down like that. Now with these sort of points, it doesn't particularly matter whether they meet in the middle. My ones here are not meeting quite. These ones have over met. These ones are meeting fairly closely. That's not really important because they're a little bit wonky. That's how we go. So I'm going to go to the machine and I'm just going to stitch with my 1/4 inch seam allowance here. And I'll just keep coming with this one. So remember to have them in the 2 different directions. And then I'm going to bring my iron over and just press those, and this would be an opportunity for you to check whether things are actually sitting correctly. If they're not, it would be a chance that you could redo, although I know we don't like to do that. So I'm just flipping that over now. And when I turn that over, I can see that that's well and truly covered my corner, so that's great. And on my other piece, and the same thing. that has flipped over. So now in my notes I've suggested that you trim them back now to the same shape as the rectangle, or you can just go ahead and put the next piece on and then trim it all in one go. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to come along here. Again, you can overlap them if you want to. Just make sure that when you flip that over, that covers. So that needs to just come over a little bit. And now I'm going to come down this other piece and then we'll trim them. So much fun making these wonky shapes. No pressure. And you can see it doesn't actually take all that long to do. We'll have this block done in no time at all. So now pressing that one open again, and this one. So you can see on there that we've got that sitting quite nicely. It's well and truly covered for the corners. We now need to trim those. So we need to trim them back to the original size. So they need to be 3.5 inches by 4.5. So I'm just going to trim those off. I'm using my rectangle as a guide, keeping an eye on the measurements. And that's looking, oops, there's a little tiny bit sticking up here, looking pretty good. So we'll do the other one while we're here, and then we're ready to make a star block. That's pretty good. So these are fun to do. They're a great opportunity to have a little play, to free things up a little bit. You don't need to be stressing about points matching. We don't really want them to match. That was the whole idea, that they're sort of like a twinkling star when they're not quite matching. So now I've made the two, one upright and one side on. So I'm just going to lay the block out now so that you can see how it goes. It is a 9 patch, it's a rectangular 9 patch. So I've got my tall ones, I've got my wide ones, and the rectangles that fill up the little gaps here to make up the rectangular 9 patch. So I think that you get the idea of that, and we're going to join the 3 across in 3 rows and then join the 3 rows together. I just mentioned while I'm here that also I've left the background behind the yellow. You could trim that away if you had wanted to, if you don't like that amount of bulk. I have left it there because what happens with these wonky shapes is that they're now on the bias and they're not a stable edge. So you would need to just be a little bit more careful how you sew that together if that's your preference. By all means, take away the back if you don't like it being there. Just be aware though that these edges of the star points now are just on a funny angle, so that they're not going to have that nice solid straight weave that the background one is actually giving us, so that won't stretch. Whereas if you just had the yellow there, there's quite a bit of give in that. So it just means you've got to be a little bit more careful when you join them up if you're on the bias. But not impossible. So I'm going to go ahead now and put my block together, and then we'll come back and show you how to do the sashing.